Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class. Our textbook is Weekend 3 and today inshallah we will cover Unit 10, A Healthy Life Phonics on pages 80 and 81. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Saleh Al-Ajan. So let's begin. Quick revision in our last lesson. In our last lesson, we had an interesting exercise where we did listen and read, and also we match with pictures some of these pictures. So here we're going to talk about pains, we're going to talk about aches, different aches, and also we're going to ask each person who has a specific ache about what did he or she do to have this ache. So for example, here we said, for the first person who said, I have a headache. I have a headache. I have a headache. So we're going to ask this person a question so we know why he or she has this headache. We're going to say, did you play too many computer games? Did you play too many computer games? So we can know why did you have this headache? Well, let's listen to the answer. The answer says, yes, I did. I know I shouldn't, but the new games were really exciting. One more time. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't, but the new games were really exciting. So now we know why you have this headache. Because you spend too much time playing with these computer games. So this is why you have this headache. Now let's listen to the other pain, which is, I have a toothache. I have a toothache. So now we need to ask a question to know why did he or did she have this pain? So the question will be, do you brush your teeth every day? Do you brush your teeth every day? You said you have a toothache, so we're going to ask you this. Do you brush your teeth every day? Let's listen to the answer. Now, the answer says, well, usually, but sometimes I forget. Well, usually, but sometimes I forget. So this is why you have a toothache, because you don't brush your teeth every day, and this is the reason why you have this toothache. So now they said they have pains, and we ask them, and we know also the reasons behind each of these pain. We now know the reason of why having a headache, because they spend too much time on computer games. And now we know why they have toothache, because they don't brush their teeth every day. So here we have one part left, which is the part of matching. So look at these two pictures and tell me which one of them has a headache. Which one of them has a headache? It is, of course, the second one. So here we're going to draw a line to the second one. Here we're going to draw a line like this. And which one of them who have a toothache? Which one of them? It is, of course, the first one. So here we're going to draw a line like this. Now let us move on with the remaining two. So here the first person says, I have a stomachache. I have a stomachache. So here we need to ask a question so we know why he or she has this pain. So the question will be, did you have breakfast in the morning? Did you have breakfast in the morning? So this is the question we ask. Did you have breakfast in the morning? Let's listen to the answer. So the answer says, no, I didn't. I know I should, but I wasn't hungry. No, I didn't. I know I should, but I wasn't hungry. So this is why you have a stomachache, because you didn't eat breakfast in the morning. This is why we said one of the bad things is never skipping, or you shouldn't skip breakfast. Breakfast is very important. So he says that I know I shouldn't, but I wasn't hungry. Well, there you go. This is why you have a stomachache. Now will leave us with the last thing, which is I have an earache. I have an earache. So here as well, we're going to ask a question to know why you have this pain. And the question could be, do you clean your ears? Do you clean your ears? You said you have an earache, so we're going to ask, do you clean your ears? Now let's listen to the answers. And the answer says, well, usually, but sometimes I forget. Well, usually, but sometimes I forget. So this is why you have an earache, because you do not clean them every day. So now here in the third and fourth question, we talked about a stomachache. And what is the reason behind the stomachache is skipping breakfast and not eating breakfast in the morning. This is why you may have a stomachache. And also an earache. We said that it is important that you clean your ears every day so you won't have any pain in your ears. So we did this. Now we know the reasons. We talk about we ask them questions, so we knew the reasons. So now we have one thing left, which is the matching part. So which one of these two pictures do you think who has a stomachache? Which one of them? It is, of course, the second one. So here what you're going to do is to draw a line like this. And which one of these two pictures who has an earache? It is, of course, the first one. So here we're going to draw a line like this. Be careful. You need to know the reasons behind these pains so you can avoid them. So now let's get to know our objectives in today's lesson. At the end of this lesson, we hope that you will be able to say, read, and write words with you are and I are, and also to do a shopping dialogue with a partner. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to practice words with you are and I are and make conversation, a shopping conversation between you and your partner. So open your books, please, on page 80. I'd like you, please, to open your books on page 80. Now, on page 80, the first lesson we have with phonics is that we're going to listen, point, and practice words with you are and I are. So we have a lot of words that starts with or has the you are sound in the middle, and also it has the I are sound in the middle. Words like, for example, with you are, as we learned from the last phonics practice, words like turtle, and also words that has I are in the middle are words like shirt or t-shirt. So all of these are words has you are sound and also I are sound. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to practice one more time these words. And I would like you to listen to me while I say these words and to say them after me as well. So, with the words that has the UR sound is the first one, the first word. So listen and say after me. Purple, purple, purple. The second word is bird, bird, bird. Purple, bird, purple, bird. Very good. So here are the two words that, the first one that has the UR sound and the second that has the IR sound. It is important that we practice these words more often. And after this, we have going to complete these words. Either we're going to complete them with UR or we're going to complete them with IR. So here, for all of these four words, you can see that they are missing two letters. And these letters are either UR or IR. And what I would like you to do is to just try to put UR here and see if the word makes sense. Or you can try IR and see. So here the first word, this is the first word, starts with S and H and ends with T. And this is picture of this word that can help you know what the word may be. So, the first one, what do you think? We're going to fill it with UR or with IR. It is, of course, we're going to fill it with IR because this is a shirt. This is a shirt. Now, let us move on to the second word. So have a look at this word that starts with letter G and ends with letter L. So, and look at the picture. What do you think the words that, or the letters that we should fill in here with this word? Is it UR or IR? What do you think? It is, of course, IR because this is a girl. This is a girl. Now, let us move on here. Here we have a word that starts with T and ends with T, L, and E. And as you can see, this picture of an animal may help us to know what are the letters we should fill in it with. So is it UR or IR? It is, of course, UR because this is a turtle. This is a turtle. Now, will leave us with the last picture, and I'm sure that you already know the answer of this one. It is a picture that starts with B and ends with GER. And what do we call this picture? It is a burger. It is a burger. So here you go. Here the first two pictures, we fill it in with I and R. And the last two, we did fill it in with U and R. Now let us move on to the third exercise here. So in this exercise is a reading exercise where what we're going to do to read and then we're going to listen. So let's me and you try to point at this or at this text and read it together again. So, story of a horse from a farm. A horse from a farm asked a purple bird in the park, "Do you like corn?" "Yes, I do," answered the purple bird. And chirp, chirp, she flew away. Now let's read it and this time I'm going to point. Story of a horse from a farm. A horse from a farm asked a purple bird in the park, "Do you like corn?" "Yes, I do," answered the purple bird. And chirp, chirp, she flew away. So This is a story between a bird and a horse talking about a corn and whether they like it or not. Try to read it again and practice it so you know how to say words with you are and also words with I are, as in bird and chirp. Now I would like you to turn to page 81. I would like you please to turn to page 81. On page 81, here we're going to read a conversation, a shopping conversation between a storekeeper and also between a customer. And how we're going to do this, first we're going to listen to the conversation between them, and then you can do it again with a partner. Either you can choose one of your classmates or one of your family member or one of your friends just to make this conversation. So let's see how the conversation goes between a storekeeper, a person who works in a store, and also between a customer, a person who came to the store to buy different things. So usually the storekeeper will start the conversation by saying, "Can I help you?" And then the customer would say, what is he or she looking for? For example, "Yes, please, I want a sweater. I want a sweater." So let's listen. After this, what did the storekeeper says? She says, "Which one?" "This one." So she pointed at a sweater and asked him, "Do you want this one?" And the customer said, "Yes, thanks. And how much is it? How much is this sweater worth? How much?" So she said, "It's 60 reals. It's 60 reals. So the customer says, "Here you go." You remember that we said it is important when we give someone anything, like for example, we gave them money or something they ask for, we would say, "Here you go." So she said, "Here is your change and thank you and goodbye." So this simple conversation, you can practice it with your partner and try to switch roles. So you can be a storekeeper and he or she can be a customer, and then you can switch role where you can be the customer and your partner can be a storekeeper. So now at the end, it's important that you can say, read, and write words with you are and I are, and also to do a shopping dialogue with a partner. Now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.